Hi guys, this is Lego Yoshi and welcome to the fourth and final video for the turtle sets. And we've saved the biggest one till last. This one is the Turtle Lair attack. Now compared to the other three sets that I have, two of them, well all three of them actually were quite small. This one was quite a fair bit more expensive than the others, and obviously it's a hell of a lot bigger. So let's start by going over the little bit of building. As you can see, we have two separate little areas, which is this section here and this one down here. We do have a couple of little bits and bobs here and there, which I will be going over later on in the video. So let's start with the main area. So here we are with the top floor, which is actually street level. We have, starting from here, we have a fire hydrant. Next up we have a lamppost. This next bit here we have a wall which has the spray painted Mutants rule all over it. There is a little pole here which I'm going to show off in a minute, which you can attach a minifigure to. And also there's a little tiny sewer here, which, just give me 2 seconds, if you turn this wheel here, you can get it to open, and you have an opening down into the lair, strictly for turtles only. Hiya! That was not a very good kick, Leonardo. Hiya! No. Where do we go down, for God's sake? I must have put him on a bit too hard. Oh well, never mind. Onto the second floor. First things first, we have this giant crane which you can attach a minifigure to and it will hoist them up to get them out of the way of any trouble. A little bit more to the back, if you can see there, we have a couple of tools. We have a wrench and a hammer, so it's probably for Donatello while he's inventing things. We have a little pizza oven here with a pizza already inside. I'm sure that's going to be ready very shortly for us. So, and then next to that you have a skateboard rack, which I think can actually turn. Can it? It can, but not when there's actually a skateboard on it, which doesn't really help. And you've got Raphael's skateboard, and behind it you have Leonardo's. I don't think you can fit any more than 2 on because, well, there is a couple of hooks back there. The wheels are in the way, so if you did get one for Michelangelo and Donatello, then unfortunately you won't be able to hang them on. I don't think there's actually a skateboard out there for them, but oh well. Oh, I think our pizza's actually ready now. Let's have a check there, shall we? And, oh dear, where's that gone? And there it is. Yeah, I'd say the pizza's ready. And now we move on to the bottom floor. So, first things first, on the top shelf here we have 3 spray paint cans, if I can get my words right. One for Leonardo, one for Raphael, but I don't know who the yellow one's for. I would guess more than likely Michelangelo, but obviously he is orange if everybody knows they're turtles. And then on the second shelf, there's nothing actually. I thought there was something there. And on the bottom shelf, there's actually a couple of jars of ooze, which keeps the turtles as the mutants that they are. Onto the back wall, we have a couple of blueprints, some writing on this whiteboard. I believe that the bottom drawing is a set that you can get, whereas the other two aren't. I don't know what I've never seen the blimp and I don't know what the other one is supposed to be. It looks like a shell, but I'm not 100% sure. And then it's got a lot of writing on it for the configurations and workings out of Donatello, I would imagine. So as we move across this way, we have a little desk with a little lamp and a little computer, which I'm guessing is like a little sat-nav navigation thing. And down below we have a little timer, as well as a couple of drawers, which I can't remember if the drawers actually pull out. Oh, they do indeed. There we go. Something we didn't know, and it's actually quite hard to get your finger in there to try and pull them out. Not much space in there. And there's also a little vise and clamp on the side. As we move along, there are some stairs that lead up to the next floor. These stairs are movable, as you can see. You can move them whichever direction you want. I usually like to have one there, one there, and one there. That makes it a little bit easier for them to climb up. Also, you may notice in the background there are a few of these. It's basically supposed to be ooze dripping from the ceiling. So as you can see, it's just one long piece. Now when you get to the bottom, there's a little blob on the floor, which, I'll be honest, I think that's a rather nice effect. I think it's, I mean, they could have just literally put stickers or something on for it, but they actually used the heads and put a Lego piece in which looked like it, and then put a little stud on the bottom. But like I said, there is a few of them to go around. So we'll come to the final area, which is, I believe it's supposed to be a training area. But first things first, there's a tree on this side, which is quite random. But oh well. There is another thing that I've just mentioned earlier, which is the ooze dripping down. You do have this little dummy here, which actually counts as a minifigure, so I will be going over that in a bit more detail a bit later. This little lever here makes him turn around, so it looks like it's going to attack one of the turtles, and the turtles can do whatever they want to it to attack and train up with it. And that's pretty much it for that section. Onto the three little separate bits. First thing is this, which has 4 seats on the floor, which are colour coordinated, so this is Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello and Raphael. And then we have a screen with an aerial on top. The screen is showing what I believe to be where the top floor is. It's keeping a CCTV camera out there for just in case anybody decides to break in. We'll move on to the next part, which is a skateboard ramp. Sort of similar to the one that you get in the Simpsons house set, although it doesn't. I think it's a different colour and there's no spray paint on it. Basically, you can use one of them to ride your skateboard up and do a trick or something like that. Or, like when the baddies attack, you can use it to go do a trick over the top of their head to land behind them and attack. The final bit is this catapult, which Raphael is going to kindly demonstrate for us. So kind of, Raphael, you look like you're really happy to demonstrate this for us. Basically, you just stand a figure on the end, and then if I slowly move away, and then you flick this book, and it sends the figure flying. Like so. Sometimes a little bit too far, because that's ended up on the floor. But, oh well. Now, let's move on to the minifigures. First things first, we have Raphael. The reason I'm doing Raphael first is because it's the exact same figure that you get in Stealth Shell in Pursuit. Nothing different, no different expressions, no different weapons, nothing. Exactly the same figure. Speaking of same figures, haven't we seen you before? Over and over and over again. Only difference is, he has a new weapon. While he does have the shuriken, like one of them did have in the past, I can't remember which set it was from, I think it was the Stealth Shell Pursuit again. But he does have this scythe, should we say, like the Grim Reaper style scythe. Not a bad weapon, actually quite nice to build up, made of 3 pieces. Apart from that, there is nothing else about this figure. And here we have the dummy, which I did show you earlier, but I want to go with a little bit more detail. It's actually quite a small figure, as it is given the small legs, the ones that don't bend, as if it's a child. That they usually do for them anyway. For some strange reason, it comes with a helmet that is extremely similar to Shredder. Just all in brown, instead of silver, I think the other one was, if I remember right off the top of my head. It does come with a little staff, which is the one that you can use to attack or defend. But I'm not going to take the helmet off because it's literally just a brown head underneath. Next on the list, we have a figure known as the Dark Ninja. Quite a nice little figure this, comes with 2 swords. Has a similar attire to the Foot Soldier, but just in a different colour. The red with the black shoulder pads, would I say? Yes. And then a black, I don't really know what to call this, it's like a mask / turban, so that you can't see exactly what its face looks like. Unless, of course, I come in with the one hand, as per usual, and take it off. And expose your face to the world, which, you look a bit weird. He has a brown beard and moustache with goatee, and surprisingly no pupils in his eyeballs. Wow, that's a bit freaky. Say, he almost look quite human. And here we have the final turtle that I needed, Leonardo. Comes, as always, with a blue bandana, like the other turtles, so recognise him. Comes with 2 swords, everything else about him is pretty much the same, and he has a determined expression on his face, would you say? looking like he is ready to attack the people who are attacking his turtle there. And the final figure is Splinter, my favourite figure from this set. He has two swords, very similar to Leonardo's. He doesn't have any legs, he actually has a long, sort of like a skirt style thing, although obviously Splinter wouldn't wear a skirt, he wears more like a gown of some sort, dressing gown sort of style thing. The one thing that I do love about his figure the most is the head mould. It's not your typical head, it is literally moulded into the rat/mouse that he is, with the ears and even some fangs sticking down, which is really, really nice. I think it's really good detail on this figure. So there we go then, guys, that was the final set. Just a few bits of information for you. There was 488 pieces in this set altogether, and the price of it when it was released was £50, which, if you go by my piece to price ratio, then it does pretty much work out near enough. Not bad. I think it's a little bit dear for what it is, but it does work out near enough in the end. It was released as well in December 2012, as well as all the other sets, and I have to say this is definitely my favourite set. There's so much activity going on in the thing. There is one thing that I actually forgot to mention, which is this back panel here. There is some dynamite at the back, and you can actually smash the wall through to make it so there's an entry. Let me just figure out which way it goes down. That's the one. 2 seconds, guys. I'm sure there's a little thing somewhere which I can use for it. And here we go. And there we go. And it gives you back access to it. So, there we go then, guys. I hope you enjoyed all the series of videos for the turtles. I don't know which sets I'm going to be moving on to next. I'll have to have a look and see which ones take my interest most. But yes, I had a huge amount of fun doing these. I hope you've enjoyed watching these videos as well. Whether I've made you laugh, whether I've kept you interested, or whether I've bored the living crap out of you. Hopefully not the latter. So anyway, yes, thank you very much for joining me, guys, and I shall see you when I start my next sets. The next video I'll probably be doing will be the second series of minifigures, so which will be going up very shortly. So, thank you very much for joining me as always, guys, and I shall see you next time. See you, guys.